Alright, welcome to the screencast on how to build your wiki page for the Characteristics of Life project. When you go to the mrtuig.wikispaces.com website, this is what you're going to see. You've already been to this website doing the research. Now we're going to start to explore some of these links that you're going to see on the right. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is find your period. Let's just go to period 1 for an example. And you're going to see the table that you were able to find your group of organisms. So as we keep mentioning in class, you may have pulled the squid octopus card. That means that you are working on the cephalopod group of organisms. That's what you've been doing your research on. So now that you've finished your research, what you want to do is build your wiki page. And this is very easy to do. There's only a couple of steps. The first one is that you're going to receive your username and password from me. I was able to generate usernames and passwords, and I even have it in case you lose your password. How convenient. Try not to lose it. And so the first thing you're going to want to click on is this icon right here, Add Page. This is where you're going to name it. And for everybody for this project, you're going to name it your last name and then your first initial. So for me, it will be 2HIGT. And you don't have to worry about anything with these links up here or any of the tags. Just last name and then your first initial. Press Create. And here it is. Kind of empty right now, but don't worry, you're going to fill this up. So this is the space where you're going to type in all of your research that you've been working hard on. I'm not going to give you any specific guidelines as to how you have to organize this, but obviously you have the 6 characteristics of life. That's what you're going to want to put into this text box here. So I'll start it off with a title, the 6 characteristics of life project. You guys know I'm a big fan of those cephalopods. And then I might have just a little quick blurb about what cephalopods are. Cephalopods are complex invertebrates. Examples include octopi, squid, and nautilus. Cuttlefish too, can't forget the cuttlefish, but we'll stop there. So there's some basic text. Now you can do a lot to this text, and you can see this large banner up here, and this is where you can do all of your text editing. So for example, this is my title. I should make this bold, so I'll press bold, and I should probably make this a nice big heading. I can click on one heading to make it a little bit larger. And that can be a good way to just sort of draw your attention to this, make it look a little nicer. Maybe we'll underline this as well. Let's highlight this. We'll do underline. So now we have our title. We have a little bit of information. Now I can get right into my characteristics of the characteristics of life for these cephalopods. So we could do something like this, a little section title. Characteristic number 1, cells. So you'll see that every time I press enter, my space will get larger here. And I can type in a little bit of information. Cephalopods are multicellular organisms. Their bodies have tentacles, and whatever other information that I may want to put in here. Now, for each characteristic of life, you're going to want to put in some media files, and you'll find plenty of places up here. The ones that you're going to be working with the most are going to be files. So you'll see that if I put my cursor over this, it's insert images and files. If I click on that, this is where I'm going to be able to insert files. For example, I could put in a picture of an octopus that I found on the internet, saved it to my computer, and I could upload that file here. I could also include some links by typing in the web address here. We could actually pull that up really quick. Let's just put in a picture, type in for squid. We'll do a quick image search. Here's a nice picture of a squid. We click on that image. We do view image. Now here's that web address for this specific picture. I can copy this. I'll go back to my wiki page. I have external image selected here, and I'll just paste that address. I load it. Oh, I don't want two of them. There we go. And so there's my picture. There's my awesome picture of some squid. I can change the size of it very easily. There's this little minus button here. I can just keep pressing that until I get it to be a size that fits my page and looks appropriate. We don't want huge files that are taking away from our text. That looks like a good size. It's still easy to see what it is. And then my favorite feature of this is that you can add a caption. Any image file that you put into your wiki needs a caption. You need to explain what that picture is showing, specifically the characteristics of life that your organism shows. So I can add a caption, and I'll type in some text, an example. Actually, we'll change this. A squid is an example of a cephalopod. Note the tentacles. Check my spelling. We save that. And I can center that text, or the image actually. I'll keep it to the left. And we're done. Now you're not going to see the caption right now. That's going to be for a little bit later. So actually we can check that now. We'll do save. And here it is. So you're going to notice that the title, that's what I named it. So it's going to be your name, first initial, 6 characteristics of life project, cephalopods. Here's some of the text that I put in, and here's characteristic number 1, cells. And then here's the image file that I put a link to, and here's my caption. If I want to go back and edit some more, I just press edit. And so now we can move on to characteristic number 2. We'll say reproduce. And it's just going to go on from there. You're going to put in your research. You obviously want it to look nice. This is meant to be an eye-pleasing project. It should be informational. It should look good. Make sure you have an organization to it, your characteristics, facts, and then your media files, videos, image files. Alright, so now if you're looking to put a video into your wiki page, also very simple. So the button that you're looking for is widget. Press widget, and you're going to see that you have a bunch of options here for a lot of different things. Some of you might want to play around with polls, but we're looking right here for video. And if we go to video, we're going to see YouTube right at the top, probably where most of you are going to be finding your videos. Select that, and you're going to notice that it's looking for an embed field, an embed YouTube file. So here's a sample video that I found. It's a squid laying eggs, and when I press share, you get these options. So below the video, you'll see add to, share, and more. You press share, you get these 3 options: share, and embed, and email. Make sure you select embed, and you're going to get this big long web address. Copy that, and then go back to this file, this page, and paste that embed web address into this box. Press save. You just put a video into your wiki page, and it has some of the same options as the image files. I can change the size. I can make it a little bit smaller. There's no place to add a caption here, so videos don't need captions. You're welcome to add some text to explain what it is, but you're not going to be able to put in a caption like you did with your image files. So now I'll press save. I'll check it. Alright, 6 characteristics of life project, cephalopods. I have this characteristic. Here's that image file. Oh, this doesn't look right. So always good to check your work. I'm going to go back, edit. Looks all right there, but just to be sure, I'll press enter. I'll make that look more like a title. Now we'll save it. Hopefully it will look a little bit better. So again, very important. Check your work. Don't just save it and say forget it. That looks a lot better. So I have characteristic number 1, dash cells. Same thing down here. Characteristic number 2, dash reproduce. I have a video. I would want to add some text. And then I would go on from there. So once this is all done, and you have all of your characteristics done, now you actually may not be able to get this all done in one day. And so if you come back tomorrow to continue working on your project, or you want to work on it at home, very easy to go to. Again, just go to mrtuig.wikispaces.com. That will bring you here. And then click on Pages. And you're going to see every page that is part of this wiki. These are the ones that I made. And down here, again, you're just going to be looking for your name. You're going to find, here it is, 2higt. That's the page that I'm working on now. If I simply press that, I'm going to go right to my page. So I can continue working at home, because it's on the internet, or I can also work in class when we come back to school the next day. Alright, so far what we've done is we've made the wiki page. All we do is add a page. We're naming it our last name, first initial. And then in the edit menu, we're adding text, images, videos, and any other media that you might be finding. You can organize this. You can give headings, underlining, and bold, and a larger font size, everything to make it look as nice as possible. Save when you're done. The final part to this is when you're totally done, you're going to edit the table for your class period. So if you remember, I was working in period 1. So I'm going to go back to period 1, and here's that title, here's that table. And so what you're going to do is actually edit this page, and you're going to add a link to this table so that everyone else is going to be able to go and see your page. So this is also pretty easy. Just like at your page, you're going to see there's a little pencil here that says edit. Press that. And now all this is available for editing. Obviously you don't want to change anything up here, but you want to go down to your table, find your group of organisms. We were just doing squid and octopus, and if you remember, we go one to the left. So this was the organism examples that I pulled last week. We go one to the left, so my research was on cephalopods. I'm going to highlight cephalopods, and then I'm going to do link. So you'll see this button. Press that. Super easy. Link text, keep this the same. Keep this the same. Wiki, it's 2hig Science. Page name. This is where you're going to find your page. There's all these other pages, but look, here's the one that we were just making, 2higt. Select that. No need to click this or click this. Keep those empty. Add link. Save. Done. So now we look at this table and we notice there's a hyperlink here. And we can click on cephalopods and we go right to the research page that we just made. And that's really it. So once you finish your page, you're going to go to your class page, go to the table, highlight, well, edit first, sorry. Highlight your group of organisms, add a link. The only thing you have to change is the page name, this last box, 2higt. Remember, your page should be named your last name, first initial. Select that, add the link, and then press save. And so what will happen is everyone works on their pages. This table for your class is going to start to fill up with links, and you're going to be able to not only view what you made, you're going to be able to look at what somebody else made. For example, someone else might work on crustaceans. You'll be able to press that link and read about their research. All this will then go into the final part of this project, which we'll talk about at another time. So that's it. So hopefully you found this useful. Go back, watch it again if you need to. Don't be afraid to ask questions in class. All right, I'll see you later.